The Braves return from the All-Star break recharged and ready to make a run after Atlanta played host to an unforgettable weekend of baseball. It's time to get back to business. The Yankees are in town. Aaron Judge getting ready for a big one. The Braves gearing up for the second half of the season. Will it or won't it rain? We're hoping to hold that off as the Braves are back in action, hosting the Yankees to kick off the second half of the season. After a star-studded All-Star break and a weekend to remember in Atlanta, it is time to get back to business. Welcome into Live from the Chop. I am Bailey Burmaster alongside Charlie Culberson. Charlie, what can the All-Star break really give this team as we get some juice headed into the second half?
Well, it's nice to be back, but one thing that's great is that the team's starting back at home. Having the All-Star game here, a lot of guys were able to enjoy time, enjoy a few days away from the game. But to be able to start back at home, that's pretty special.
We've been away from Braves on Gray for a little bit, so we want to update you for the programming. For all you Atlanta viewers, tomorrow night's game against the Yankees will be on Atlanta News First, Channel 46.
That's right, Bailey. Tomorrow night and the rest of the Braves on Gray season in Atlanta will air on Atlanta News First.
Atlanta News First is on all major carriers. For the complete schedule, visit bravesongray.com. So we've seen the first half of play from the Atlanta Braves, and it definitely had ups and downs. So this is a team that found moments of offense and defense, but really struggled to put it all together. So let's go through a recap of what that looked like, Charlie, starting with where this team sits in the NL East standings.
Yeah, it's definitely not what Braves fans want to see going into the second half, being so far behind, honestly, just 12 and a half games back in the NL East. Behind the Marlins, it's always tough to see. They have a lot of work to do, but ultimately, it's just taking care of one game at a time.
Yeah, they're 9.5 games back of the wild card slot, and wild card berth would likely rely on some catastrophic misfortune for the 5 teams ahead of them. Atlanta hasn't lost 50 or more games before the break since 2016. So hopefully they can start to turn things around, and that's what we're going to be looking for, because it's usually at offense, it's really just been a struggle at the plate a little bit.
Yeah, been a struggle at the plate with a few of their players. Michael Harris hasn't had the best season this year. Ozzie Albies has been down a little bit this year. Now that Austin Riley has had a good season, back on the IL for a little bit. But we do have a lot of positives to look at. But they've had a lot of ups and downs this year and haven't really been able to connect all together.
Yeah, when you look at the pitching is certainly something that has saved this team, and when they get into cram and whatnot. But once again, the injury bug has struck this team. You have to look at Renato Lopez, Chris Sale, Spencer Schwallenbach, A.J. Smith-Shawver. I mean, the injury bug, it's really reared its ugly head again.
Yeah, the good thing about, I guess you could say the injuries that they've had, the guys that have been injured have really helped and stepped up. Chris Sale being an all-star this year. A.J. Smith-Shawver in his 3rd season up with the team as a young 22-year-old. Unfortunate with him going down with an injury that will keep him out for more than a year. And Spencer Schwallenbach has been lights out, an ace this year, an ace on any team. But it's always tough to see when those guys have been so productive for this team.
Reliever Joe Jimenez, he is the only one currently on track to return by August. You can see the graphic of what all the injuries these people are dealing with. It's interesting note, Chris Sale, we were able to talk to him in Clubhouse during All-Star game leading up to that. And we tried to talk to him. He politely declined, and he said, listen, I get to throw for the first time in 4 weeks. And you could see the excitement on his face. So we let him go. We let him go do that. But it's very possible that, he could hopefully return by the end of the season. But all this remains to be seen. Hopefully they're able to get some pitching help and get healthy.
Well, that's your interview, right?
Yeah.
It's Sale. That you didn't even have to ask him a question.
Yep. Nope. He gave us the info.
That was it, and that was great. That's great to hear.
Now, we also have to talk about the one-run games with the Braves. 37 one-run games, and the Braves went 13 in 24. What does that tell you about this team?
Well, it just tells you that obviously they're in the games a lot. Their pitching has kept them in the games. I think it just comes back to offensive struggles and not getting guys in when guys are on base. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. And the more one-run games you play, it kind of builds on you. It makes it tough, and it makes it exciting for fans because they're always in the game. But I think just that struggle of not being able to push through late in the game is ultimately what has been the downfall for him.
And what do you think now needs to happen specifically to really pivot into the back half of the season and try and fill that gap they need to close that?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's guys stepping up now that, Nacho Alvarez is back in the lineup, up from AAA. It's a very good young player that can come and help give them some production. But I think it's, they've adjusted the lineup too. They got Ronald Acuna hitting third again tonight, and Profar back at the top of the order. So I think just having more consistent playing time from these star players. The pitching's been great, and Raisel Iglesias is back to Iglesias form. And so if the pitching can stay there, get Sale back, get a couple more pieces back, everyone's staying healthy. That's the biggest thing. So.
Let's talk about some of those positives. Ronald Acuna Jr. and Matt Olson were electric coming into the break. What do you make of their performance as we get into the second half?
Well, Acuna is always great to have back in our lineup, right? And he made an electric return with that first pitch homer against the Padres. But always having Acuna back and an MVP player. And then the resurgence, I guess you could say, of Matt Olson coming in hot late in the second half and really stepping up and doing Matt Olson things, being an all-star, coming off of 2 all-stars back in the lineup, being at home against the Yankees. I love to see it.
You got to like that. But we also have to talk about third baseman Austin Riley because he has been elite this season. I mean, he's someone who has stepped up for this team when they needed it, Charlie.
Yeah, and Austin's a gamer. He's a guy that just goes out there and plays the game the right way. He's a lead-by example on the field. These guys, Bailey, they play through injuries that most of us don't even know about. He's at a 1.6 WAR this year. He's kind of teetered around like average, above average. But again, he's a guy that is electric. He can come and hit 2 home runs for you. He can make defensive plays. But this year, I mean, his slugging's down a little bit. But looking forward to seeing him back on the field.
He's elite. You could see him. He was ranked in the top 7 for all those categories. So eager to get him back, still on the injured list, but it seems like he's getting healthier and will return in no time. Don't forget, watch and win with Braves on Gray. Stay tuned for the winning word for your chance to win 4 tickets to see your Atlanta Braves on August 8th versus the Miami Marlins. Head to bravesongray.com for the complete rules. Make sure to stick with us. We have a lot more coming up on Live from the Chop. We're talking All-Star next.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Atlanta Braves and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form in the This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Atlanta Braves and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves.
What a weekend it was in Atlanta. The city shined on the national stage, hosting an unforgettable all-star celebration full of energy, excitement, and hometown pride. From the home run derby to the big game, it was truly a showcase of baseball at its best. Welcome back into Live from the Chop. I'm Bailey Burmaster alongside Charlie Culberson. The city did such a fantastic job. Truist Park did such a great job with all the festivities. I mean, what was your take on just everything you were able to peek in on?
Well, honestly, I was living vicariously through everybody else. We were gone away on vacation, but I made sure to bring Ace, our son, back to the All-Star game. It seemed like it was phenomenal. If we were here, I would have been here at everything just to take it all in. But yeah, they did a great job, and the ending was one of the better endings in all of All-Star Game history.
There's so much that goes into this weekend, from the Legacy All-Star Village. You had the HBCU Swingman Classic here at Truist Park, the celebrity softball game, which brings out all the big names to have fun. But then things really got started with the home run derby. And the guy who took it home is actually a guy you were raving about on Braves on Gray for Live from the Chop the week before in Cal.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh. I mean, he came up, and being able to see him hit off his dad and then have his brother, catching too, it couldn't have been any better. Cal Raleigh with 38 home runs this year before the All-Star break, and the first catcher to ever win the home run derbies.
That whole experience to have your dad and brother there, I can't imagine what that must feel like, and then go on to win. But the hometown boy, Matt Olson, had 15 home runs in the first round, but kind of ended and exited after that. But what a time for him to be able to experience this and be an All-Star for the Braves.
Yeah, and honestly, thinking about it, I was watching it on TV and seeing him not hit any home runs in the first, dozen swings or so, and you feel for him. But again, he's an all-star. He's hitting in front of 40+ thousand people. That's not easy to do.
No.
But he got hot. He got on fire just a little too late. But for him to be able to enjoy an all-star nod, as he just well-deserving of it, in his hometown where he grew up in, it was awesome.
The third member of our team, Paul Bird, was able to catch up with Matt to talk about his entire experience in that home run derby.
Thanks so much, Bailey. Here with Matt Olson, All-Star break. Now, what an introduction you got for the home run derby. What was that like?
Really cool to hear the hometown fans. Just want to say thanks to them. Made it special for us three guys that were here representing the Braves. Obviously, I had a chance to get a little extra love with the derby. But yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Speaking of the derby, man, you started out a little slow and then you treated us and the crowd just started going crazy. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I couldn't get the ball in there to start. I was telling somebody if it was a doubles derby, I'd have ran away with it. I don't know, hitting liners. Had to take my time out a little earlier than I would have liked, but got into that little second half there, got on a little roll, for 4 or 5 swings there, and the crowd was awesome behind it.
And then the game itself, specifically the ending, it was almost like a soccer shootout. What were your thoughts on that ending?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was going to be like. Honestly, I didn't know if it was going to be a little, I guess gimmicky could like be the word. But it was, both sides got behind it pretty well. Everybody came out in front of the dugout. I thought it was a cool, fun little thing there at the end. Nobody wants us to go 16, 17 innings on our All-Star break, so it was a good way to end it. Obviously Schwarber, clutched up and hit those 3.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for your time. Matt Olson, we're both sweating because it's hot, and he just got finished with early work, getting ready to go. Second half coming at you. Back to you, Bailey.
Charlie, the only thing gimmicky to me was the fact Dave Roberts did not put him in the lineup for the swing-off in the All-Star game. But before we talk about that, let's just talk about the entire performance of what that game was, because the intros, the opening with Luda, Jermaine Dupri, Kane Brown, was truly a spectacle.
Well, it was, and it was Atlanta too, right? Having Ludacris and Jermaine Dupri, like I grew up a Ludacris fan, and to see him perform on the field, those old songs that like I was singing and dancing a little bit, but it was a blast. We enjoyed it. That was the only part of the All-Star week I was able to go to was the game, and I'm glad I was able to be a part of it.
And the game ended up being really good. Goes down to the wire, and they had the first ever swing off. So both teams get 3 players, and they get 3 swings, and the team with the most at the end wins. And Kyle Schwarber came up huge for the NL.
Yeah, he did. It was kind of crazy that it came down to 3 players in Stowers, Schwarber, a Philly, and Pete Alonso picked a New York Met. And even if Matt Olson was picked for the 3rd one, like he still wouldn't have hit. But yeah, we wish that Dave Roberts would have picked Matt
I'm beefing with
Olson.
Dave Roberts. Come on, you're in
know.
Atlanta and you're not going to choose the hometown boy.
It almost seems like they were put on the spot. Maybe they knew before. I don't know, but it was kind of crazy that it came down to a Philly and potentially a Met here at Truist Park.
Correct.
On a swing off.
It was my favorite part. I did ask Matt Olson, did he want to be chosen for that? He said, yeah, of course, but probably saved him from being a little sore the next day. But overall, there were a lot of things that took part in that game. What was your favorite part?
Honestly, my favorite part was the Hank Aaron tribute. I saw them start to bring something to home plate. I saw a little video before, but for this to be like 715th home run replayed on the field like it was with the the firework of the ball, the angle that left the bat.
7:15.
On 7:15, July the 15th, and then seeing Billy up there in the suite, just standing there watching. I kept looking at the screen because the overhead view of it was truly unbelievable. And I think that was my favorite part.
Manager Bryant Snickert said he's never seen anything like that and that he really enjoyed that part too. Not to mention that was CC Sabathia's brainchild that he took to the league and they were able to execute, and they did such a phenomenal job. So I think that's something everyone will take away with. All right, stick with us on Live from the Chop because you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. Charlie and I, we're going to sit down with the man, the legend, Andruw Jones. Stick with us.
Just right there and did it.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
It was fun. I did it. This is my 3rd one that I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it before. It's fun, man. It's fun.
I didn't realize that y'all were going to do it at Georgia Tech.
We wanted to do it here, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
MLB didn't want to do it.
MLB wouldn't let you?
No. I'm good, thank you.
Well, thanks for coming on and doing this.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Would you mind signing these balls, too?
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you here the whole series?
Yeah, I'll probably Saturday, not Sunday, though.
Okay. It'll be too hot.
Trying to take a day off, man. I've been in the golf for a while. This All-Star weekend was exhausted.
Did they have you doing anything else?
Yeah.
Like when you come here?
Here? No.
Well, you had to go to the hospital too, right? You guys did some, you and Chipper.
We did.
For the kids?
Yeah, we did a Make-A-Wish thing.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. It was quick, though, but it was fun. I mean, MLB hosts like 6 families, and they come. They did the future game. They did experience at the that field of whatever they fix over there.
Oh yeah, behind left
Yeah.
field. Okay.
Okay.
Did you sit down there behind on deck circle? Were you behind the on deck circle at the All-Star game?
Yeah. It was fun though.
How'd they let Frank Gore down there?
I don't know. I don't know. He got lucky. We kick him out real quick.
Right?
Britt, did you want a picture? Britt.
Brett.
Britt. Live from the Chop is brought to you by Window World. Explore stylish, sustainable windows, doors, siding, and more. Look at that rainbow at the end of it. Live from the Chop with Bailey Burmaster, Charlie Culberson, and the Braves legend, 17-year vet Andrew Jones. Thanks for joining us today.
All right, thank you for having me, guys.
You've been a busy, busy man because Truist Park, Atlanta was able to host All-Star Weekend for the first time in 25 years, and you played a lot of different parts in that. What was your favorite part over the weekend?
Oh, man, everything, to be honest with you. Just having it here, period. I know we missed it in 21, but, having it back. And, just being 25 years is kind of laying a little bit with me. So it's awesome.
Yeah, that works, huh?
Yeah,
that works.
It's awesome. So, happy that we got it through of it, and it was a great weekend, great week. So kind of happy that's over, though, to be honest with you.
What did you enjoy more, throwing out the first pitch or the home run derby, Legends home run derby out at Georgia Tech?
Be honest with you, everything. I think being here at the stadium, having be part of the ceremony of the All-Star game was awesome. Seeing Galarraga and Chipper going out there. So it was fun, but the home run derby acts was fun too. We had a lot of fun. It was hot.
I believe it.
I made a little bit of mistake to hit third, so I should have hit first. But, it was fun. We didn't advance. A great team won. It was Ryan Zimmerman and Ian Desmond won it. So, those guys just got done playing.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it was not fair for us,
But you didn't take any swings, though, before, did you?
I did not do nothing. I thought I could have wing it. I winged it a little bit, but I ran out of gas.
I would have ran out of gas, too.
Matt Olson says even in their home run derby, you get gassed at some point.
Yeah, you do.
I tell you
It's
what,
tough.
I
It's
thought
tough.
it was pretty special seeing you on the field. But I saw Galarraga walk through. I'm like, dang, he's a big guy. But having you and Galarraga and Chipper on the field before the game, that was great. I was in the stands with my son, and to be able to see that, I took a picture. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, the Braves and MLB did a great job, doing the All-Star game and have all the facilities going around town, and be part of it was awesome.
You were telling me that you were going to be here tonight and tomorrow. Talk about this Braves-Yankees rivalry, especially with the 96-99 World Series.
Oh, well, I mean, beside everything, beside playing against them, I hate it because we lost both of them. But it's fun. It's always, it's always good when, two of the oldest teams play together and have so many history against each other. So it's going to be a fun series. Hopefully we can come on top and win it or sweep them. It will be great.
I kind of want to go back to 1996. I know you talked about it a lot. People have asked you, but you're 19 years old in the major leagues. I was grinding in A-ball trying to figure it out, and you're hitting home runs in the World Series. You hit 400 in the World Series that year. Like, were you thinking, or you just – when you got caught up, you just felt like you belonged from the get-go?
When you're old, you're young and dumb. That's what I felt like. I was just young, dumb, didn't think about nothing, and just go out there and have fun. I think one thing that growing up, my dad always told me, take advantage of the opportunities that they give you, and I think that's what I did, and it paid off. So get a chance to go all the way to the World Series, or get a chance to get called up that year with the Braves. Bobby and the front office and John Scholes knew what we were going to go through in the playoff, and get a chance to get on the field and be part of a dynasty that the Braves was having from before I even got here. They won in 95, and we were trying to go back to back. So it was fun. It was too bad we lost, but I had a lot of fun of it.
How would you describe the Braves organization versus the Yankees organization, an organization that you ended your career with?
Well, I mean, it's too different. I mean, it's tough to say, to be honest with you. I mean, the Braves is the team that gave me the first chance, and I obviously I made my home here, and I still live here. Towards my end, I get a chance to go to the Yankees. I played 2 years over there. Didn't play much, but I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends over there. I got to learn the organization very well, what they're all about. Too bad I didn't play for the big boss. But, I hear a lot of stories and how we went about it. So, it was exciting. I think it's totally two different organizations. One have a huge history with all their legends that they had play for the Yankees, and the Braves have that too. So it's two different organizations, but I take the Braves. I mean, they're asking a bunch of times to go to the Yankees and do some stuff over there, but I hold Braves on my sleeve.
I think it's great, honestly, just having you here. I grew up watching you. You're not too much older than me, but you are the best defensive center fielder, outfielder of all time. So it's cool to have you. We appreciate you, Andrew. We're always rooting for you. You're the man, dude.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
More to come from Live from the Chop. Stick with us. Fans are fired up to be back at the ballpark, packing Truist Park with energy after the All-Star break with a big-time matchup now against the Yankees, AL East champs. The stage is set for a thrilling night of baseball as we're going to get underway here shortly. Welcome back into Live from the Chop, Bailey Burmaster, Charlie Culberson. Andrew Jones, what a gem.
Can we bring him back?
Please? I feel like we could talk for so much longer. There's so many more topics we even wanted to hit on.
Yeah, talking about him being the head coach for Curacao or Netherlands, rather, next year in the World Baseball Classic, being able to potentially coach his son Drew.
Yeah, he's on the roster, but he said he's got to make the team.
He's got to earn it. And then I was talking about him being the best defensive outfielder of all time, based off WAR. I mean, everybody knows that. 434 home runs as well. And his time here in Atlanta, he had over a 60 WAR for the Atlanta Braves. So, that means he was very, very good and on a lot of really good teams. But this Andrew Jones, he's got to be a Hall of Famer.
He's got to have so many good stories, too. I want to hear about him chirping on the bench at people because he's known for being a little bit of a talker. So, maybe we can get it back on the program one day and we can recap all of that. Hey, don't forget, you can catch all of the highlights from today's game tomorrow with Braves Fastball on all your local Braves on Gray Station. So make sure to check your local listings there. But since the last time we saw you, we have a lot to discuss where the Braves are concerned. Let's see how it all panned out. They took on the Orioles, Athletics, and Cardinals. Starting with the Orioles, Charlie, it was a little bit slow start.
Yeah, it was. And the Orioles, they got a lot of really good players, and Charlie Morton had the best season this year, but he came out and threw the ball very well against his former team. It was tough, though. It was a tough series for him, being swept against the Orioles, and Cedric Mullins hitting a home run, an Atlanta guy as well. So that was a tough one to start.
And then against the Athletics, Strider and Elder were just straight dealing here.
Yes. Strider's hat. It's pretty funny. But playing in Sacramento, an old AAA park for the A's, too, is probably a little different for the guys.
And then for the Cardinals, Sean Murphy with 3 home runs in this series. I mean, man, he was dealing.
Yeah, and to be able to end the first half, too, with a series win. But, yeah, Sean Murphy has been lights out, on fire. It's great to see him back in the lineup and healthy.
That is true. So now we sit here and we have to look at a player spotlight, and that is Jurickson Profar. He has had a lot of production out of left field, Charlie.
Yeah, and it's been great. He's been kind of a bright spot, honestly, and kind of what the Braves needed. It's what Jurickson needed coming off of his suspension to start the year. He is hitting .270, as you can see, with 3 home runs, 2 home runs in the first 2 games back in his return. So it's been nice for him to be there, and now he's at the top of the order, kind of shuffling the lineup around. Got Acuna back in the 3-hole tonight. So Profar being back, being healthy, and producing is huge for the Braves right now.
Yeah, he said he even wanted to make up for lost time with this team. And that lineup tonight, third baseman Austin Riley still working back. Nacho Alvarez going to start. And that's a great time to go down on the farm. It's time for Down on the Farm, brought to you by Georgia Grown. Nacho Alvarez Jr. is our guy because we're going to see him tonight.
Yeah, Nacho Alvarez, we saw a little bit of him last year, and then he's been injured some as well. Injured this year out of spring training, but he's had a great start in AAA this year. As you can see, he's hitting .361 this year with 9 walks against 5 strikeouts. He's on base over 500. A 22-year-old kid. He was a 5th-round draft pick by the Braves back in 2022. Still very, very young, but a good time, I feel like, for him to be able to come back into this lineup when we're missing Austin Riley. I think he's a great option for the Braves, and it will allow him to come out, be able to play. He's going to be penciled in at third base. So as you can see right there, 11 games, 361. He's feeling really good at the plate, and to give him consistent at-bats and consistent playing time like he's going to see here in the big leagues for the Braves while Riley's out, I think it's going to be great for him and the team.
Hopefully he can make a little bit of an impact tonight. And, also he's someone who was absolutely on a tear last season, too. What do you expect to see from him tonight? And just, maybe not letting the moment go too big as he's in this lineup filling in for Riley.
Well, with him having a good start in AAA for Gwinnett and then coming up and being able to start a couple games, a couple hits for the Braves, but then to go into an all-star break, so he's able to kind of catch his breath and take a few days off and start back at home. So I think Braves fans and Nacho are expecting a lot of big things. I mean, it's a time where they need somebody to come in and produce, and he's feeling good. It's great that you have a guy that comes up that has already been producing in AAA with his exceptional eye at the plate. His plate discipline is great, and so to be able to get on base is the biggest thing.
When you look at other teammates, too, you have rookie Drake Baldwin. They both were in AAA last year. What kind of comfort can that give you that you have a guy up here that you can lean on and that you mesh well with?
Well, and Drake too. Drake's great. We've talked great about Drake the whole year. He's filled in. He's done exceptional. He's just a very laid-back guy that just does his job. He's always smiling and always happy to be here. But he's a big leaguer now, and for them to be such close in age as well, they can feed off each other. And like you said, playing with each other before, now they're playing with each other again. They can kind of help each other get through this last part of July and hopefully make a run for it.
We'll see if they're able to get some things going and start the second half of the season off right. On the mound is going to be Spencer Strider, someone who has made a lot of dividends to work back. Full lineup is coming up next, but this guy, he's going to get it a go. The second half start for the Braves, and he's set to have a duel with Ian Hamilton tonight.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Sorry.
Who's your player shout out?
I know who you're going. I don't even have to look. You're going Acuna because you're a fair weather guy.
The break is over, the lights are on, and Braves country is buzzing. It's going to be a packed house, a powerhouse matchup, and the second half push starts right now. So how about we play some ball? Welcome back into Live from the Chop. Bailey Burmaster, Paul Bird now with us, and Charlie Culberson. Let's dive immediately into tonight's lineup because we want to talk all about it. We definitely have Nacho Alvarez at third base, but tonight's starting lineup brought to you by All Four Seasons Garage Indoors. Charlie, we'll start with you. Who you watching tonight?
Well, I'm going Ronald Acuna Jr., but Paul was just telling me that mathematically the best hitter should be leading off. I think it's cool to see him back in the 3-hole.
Birdie, who you got?
I'm going to go Drake Baldwin. He's a rookie. He didn't need the 3 or 4 days off to get his legs back under him because he's young. But that's only going to help him get that swing going. I've been really, really impressed by him and I think he's going to have a great second half.
Birdie, how important is it to just start this second half of the season off with a win tonight?
I mean, 3-4 days doesn't seem like a lot. It's huge during a season when you have not had 2 days off back-to-back since January. So
unless you're a utility player.
Also true. So I'm hoping the Braves make some noise, get a little wind in their sails. The time's now. We need that good 10 out of 11, 11 out of 12 game win streak, and we need it now.
All right, before we talk any further, how about we do this little watch and win reveal? Are you guys with me?
Drum
Should we do
roll,
a
please.
drum roll?
Oh, that's why I got
so tonight's
these.
watch and win with the Braves on Gray. Winning word is bulk. You'll have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern tonight to go to bravesongray.com and enter it for a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to see the Braves on Friday, August 8th. Versus the Marlins. So go, 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 go now. That word is bulk. What are we expecting from Spencer Strider on the mound tonight, Birdie?
Ooh, again, a little bit of extra rest. The arm, he didn't need it. The arm's coming around, so I'm looking forward to him. Where else do you want to be when Spencer Strider's on the hill facing the Judge on the Yankees?
That is true.
Yeah.
That's a big ticket right there. I think he blows them away with the high heat. That's my call.
I love it. Yeah, and the last start was July 10th. So, yeah, extra day's rest.
Yes.
And past 2 starts, he's thrown over 100 pitches. So, I love it. I'm excited for the Strider-Judge matchups tonight.
Well, and there he is now, Spencer Strider. We'll see what he's able to deal for this team tonight because they want to start it off with a win this Yankees series, don't they, Birdie?
They do. Did you see him tuck in that shirt?
Always the
I
tug.
did.
That was a 44
Always.
Magnum he put in there. Oh, my goodness, he's got a cannon.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining us live from the Chop. You're going to want to make sure to join Paul, Charlie, Peter for Back to the Chop because they're going to recap everything, and there's always a good time to be had there. But guess what? After the conclusion of this one, guess what we get to do again tomorrow? We
Again,
get
we're
another
back.
Braves on Gray against the Yankees. So you're going to want to join us again tomorrow as well for Live from the Chop. Until then, until tomorrow against the Yankees, we want to hope that this one ends well. Enjoy this game, enjoy the Braves, and make sure to have a great night, and we'll see you on Back to the Chop.